So a quick chat that I've been looking forward to for quite a while, because there's going to be some new blood in the training ranks. Not necessarily new blood, but a name that hasn't been in the training ranks for quite a while, and a man that carried the South African flag so high internationally for such a long time. Wonderful to welcome Herman Brown back into the picture. Herman, thank you so much for joining us, and well, nice to hear that you're coming back into the training ranks. Why?
Hi, Alistair. Thanks for having me. Well, as you know, racing is in my blood. My grandfather, my father, myself were all trainers. And, you know, I was training for over 30 years and thought it would be good to have a bit of a break, and started off as a short break, but then just seemed to go on longer and longer. But now I'm living down here in the Western Cape, and I've been coming to the races quite a bit in the last 6-8 months. And the changes here to the course are beautiful, and racing's got a very good feel to it here. So I've got sort of that feeling of wanting to be involved again, because I come here with people who win races, and there's nothing like winning a race. And so I just thought, and a few friends of mine said to me, why don't you get a few horses again and start? So that's what I've done. I've got some stables at Philippi. I've opted to go there, where Justin and Brett Crawford train. I think the tracks are really good there. And so I think it's an advantage to be there. And so I've got a couple of horses going to start and hopefully grow it from there.
The man on your right knows a thing or two about you. He rode for you for a while. What's it like riding for him? What type of horse do you expect to get on board?
I think pretty easy to ride for Alistair. I never really got instructions. I had to listen. I was a little apprentice when I was there with Frank Robinson. They actually pulled me back from PE. But now pretty straightforward. I think Mr. Brown, as we know, his record speaks for himself. Group 1 horses everywhere, so fit horse, ready horse, they start off slowly and improve them. They've always been on their toes and a bit fresher. We're always alert, but yeah, always in good nick. And to answer your question, normally pretty fit horses when they come to the races.
How hungry are you, Herman?
I am. Well, obviously I'm not going to do this if I'm just going to go through the motions, but I mean, obviously I'm going to try and do well and try and win big races, and I see an opportunity here. And there's a couple of guys that are sort of controlling the industry down here, trainer-wise, and so maybe I can make a few inroads into them. But they're all friends of mine, and I think we'll still be friends even if I happen to beat them or if they beat me. But I just think there's an opportunity, and it's got a good vibe about it, the racing. So I think it's going to be, it's going to be refreshing to start and certainly do my best here. And now with the relaxing of the export regulations, it also leads you to, if you get a good horse or two, I still have my stuff in Dubai, and I can easily just put them on a plane now, because it's only a 2-week quarantine, and send them back there and maybe repeat, some of the success that we had there.
Do you plan on sort of filling up those boxes, or do you sort of have a number in mind of how many horses that you want to train?
I don't really. I've only taken a few stables to start off with, but obviously we'll see how things go. It's difficult to start here, because the difficult part about it is that, yes, you can buy young horses, but then you're going to wait 8 months to a year before they run. The difficult part is to get older horses, because obviously if a horse is showing a bit, then people are inclined to want a big price for them, so they're not easy to buy. But who knows, we'll get a few horses here and there, and in a new training centre where the tracks, I think, have an advantage. Maybe you can turn a few horses around, and this business, you win a race or two, and then people notice you and maybe get going from there.
MJ, this only adds to the good vibes around South African racing at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And as Mr. Brown said, I think more competition, the better. Competition is great for all of us. You used to have, we used to send Frank down here in the winter, so we used to have a couple of horses here.
Yeah. I mean, I've been coming to Cape Town for years and years, even back to my dad's days, and we've had great success here, and the horses really flourish here in the summer. They improve, and then in the winter, as you say, the going gets really heavy, but
there's a place for them.
There's a place for them, and you can't, I think these days, you can't just stick in one place. You've got to be moving. You could be a base trainer in Cape Town, but I think you have to move around with the better horses.
Silly question, best horse you ever trained?
Probably you'd have to say on record the biggest race I ever won was JPEG in the duty free, but I had a lot of really good horses when I was overseas. Lingari, Bankable, Marillion. I had really good horses in South Africa, Elderiza and so on, but it's hard to say. But I always thought that if I had Bankable from a young age, he might have been the best because he was absolutely amazing horse. But he had leg problems, so never really got the best out of him. But, you know, I think he's potentially maybe the best, I thought.
And quickly, what's your golf handicap these days?
I haven't played much, but it's 2. But I haven't played much these days. I've had an elbow, bit of an injury, but I'm coming back from a spell.
Oh, watch out. So he's coming back to the golf course and coming back to the race course. Wonderful to have Herman Brown here. Herman, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and looking forward to seeing your name back in the card soon.
Thanks, Alistair.
Good man. So Herman Brown, we'll see his name back in the next, couple of months. And wonderful to have the Brown name back in racing.